Eurocad next up. So I drew this out. I haven't looked at this in a little while here, but seems to be working out pretty good. So I said it was going to come back up to this area, retest it, and break lower. It's came up to this area. It hasn't broken lower yet, but it seems to really be rejecting this area. So this 475 here. So I think I'm trying to see. Even actually, if we go like this. Yeah, no, this is right, sorry. Seems to be really respecting this area. So looking for a short position on this soon. I think just like Euro Aussie, I think the Euro's run out of steam. I think it's just the other, like the CAD and the Aussie are just very weak, which has pushed this up quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, you can see these wicks getting, like, I guess today's is higher than yesterday's, but as long as it remains lower than, Wednesday's, I guess, that would be a good sign. We'll see how this weekly candle closes, but yeah, I am looking to short this. I think you still do have too much bull structure to consider shorting it yet, right? Because you got price way above this moving average still. It's still above the 4-hour moving average, and it's actually pretty much parallel with the 1-hour moving average. So I mean, that's a good sign that things are getting weaker and weaker. You can see this is actually a nice candle rejecting this area, lower than this one, which I think is also lower than this one. So that's a good sign. I mean, we might have a nice trade here setting up, like as we speak, kind of thing. As far as more confirmation, you got this nice liquidity zone right below this previous one, so that's huge. That means price it wants to go lower, so it just hasn't yet, and it's pushing it up as much as it possibly can. You can see it's squeezing itself up with these higher lows basically, but it's not getting this up any higher. So I mean, this is your area here. It hasn't been able to really push this zone up, so I do like this. I think it is gearing up for a nice short position, possibly now with this candle close, to be honest. But it is Friday, so I'm not gonna take any trades on Friday, and you kind of are counter trend trading, and you don't actually have lower high, lower low structure yet. So to be completely honest and safe, I would wait for lower high, lower low structure. So even on the 1 hour would be fine, but let something happen like this, because until then, I mean, for example, like this has kind of created a lower high versus this, but as of this segment here, you can see it's basically a higher high. Like, well, there's no higher high, but there's a higher low here versus here. So it's not really set up yet. I do think we're good. I think with this candle close here, I think we are good to enter, to be honest. But it's Friday. I'm not going to take it. I'm not in any rush. I'd like to see how this weekly candle closes. So if it pulls back pretty good, then that's a nice sign. You can see this daily. These daily candles having a real tough time breaking above this area, so that's good. I think it'll just need a push down at some point. And I think once it cracks this area, or even this area, actually, there's a nice liquidity area here. As soon as price breaks this area, I think it's good to short, and it'll be pretty close to this 4-hour moving average as well, and then it'll be way below this 1-hour moving average, and you will have your lower lows, lower highs, so your bearish structure will be set up for that. So that's really what I'm looking for Eurocad. I think it's great. I think I'm going to actually set an alert somewhere here. Just trying to see where I kind of want it. I want a nice whole number, and yeah, I think I want right here. I think I want 147. Oops, 147. So if price hits 147, then I'm in. So, which is quite a bit below. It's below this area, below this area. You know what? I might actually squeeze this up a little bit to, I guess it's not that much, but maybe 147.10. It's really not that much. It's only 10 pips. It just looked like more. But I want it close to this zone. but I want it to have to break this zone. So here, we'll set this up. And then, yeah, when price hits that, then I kind of want in on this trade, because I think that'll give us enough significance, enough confirmation to, enter and go from there. Might be a Monday's trade kind of thing. That's what that will set up to be. And then I'm just going to target, I'm trying to see, the monthly range for this is 470 pips, 475 maybe. It's only done 300, so there's a chance this pulls back substantially. So again, if this is the high right here at 148, the high of the month, August 11th, and it usually does 460, we'll call it 500 pips. That would put us at 143 or even 143.5 just to be safe. That would be 400 pips, or 450. So this is 450 pips, which would put us at the top of this zone, which I really like. And I think this is a very, very good trade. I think what'll happen with this, and that this video will come out today, so August 18th, so you guys can quote me on this and we can look back at this video later in a few days from now, or like a week or so, and see. But I bet you if price breaks this 147.10 area, 147 hole, and this euro really starts to sell off, it's going to head down to this zone, and I think it's going to fall pretty good. I think the euro's pretty weak right now. I think what's happened is just the Canadian dollar and the Kiwi dollar and the Aussie dollar have just been so weak. It's pushed these up a bit more than they normally should have been. But I do think once this sells off, it's really going to sell off, and I think it wants to, based on all these wicks. And yeah, I think it could do its full monthly range to the downside relatively soon. If it breaks this area, then I think it's going to go for a nice run to finish off the month for a week and a half. So that is my take on Eurocad. I am short it relatively soon, but it's got to break a bunch of levels here. So in order to do so, and then yeah, that is what I'm looking at for Eurocad.